Hi, everyone. For the very few people that don't know me, my name is Christina, and I'm so happy to have you all here. This is so cool. This is my first time really launching a program. I've already been teaching students this, but this is the first time I'm like being very official and like wanting it to spread to more people. So this is a very big deal for me, and I just want to thank you all for taking the time out of your days to just kind of hear what I have to say and just being here with me. So thank you for sharing your energies. For the ones that don't know, I am an intuitive energy reader, a healer, and now spiritual teacher. And this has been a wild ride, and I do want to explain my story just a little bit. I don't want to give too many details, but at least kind of give you a little bit of a backstory of how I got here and how I decided to do all this. And then from there, we can go into my PowerPoint that I put together about my program and everything that it has to offer. So to just start off, we're going to go way back to when I was a kid. I was born as a very sensitive child, like extremely sensitive. I cried over everything. Like it was chaos for me growing up. I did grow up in a really big family. I'm one of five kids. My parents were really young when they had us. They moved from Mexico to America. So they were immigrants starting a whole new life in a whole new country. So there was just a lot going on all the time. And I constantly felt other people's feelings, but I thought that was normal. I have very clear memories of being like 5 or 6 and being like, why are they treating each other so badly? Like, don't they know that that makes him sad, or doesn't he feel his pain? And I always had thoughts like this, but it seemed like no one else would agree or no one else felt that way, which was so confusing. I just grew up really confused as to how people were treating each other, because I always thought, like, can they not feel the pain? Could they not feel the sadness? Like they don't, the other person doesn't like that, or that both people aren't happy. And it made me question a lot, like about love. And I'm like, does anybody here love each other? Like, what is going on? There was just so much chaos around me at all times. And it was really scary too, because again, I just was so confused. I didn't know what was going on most of the time, but I could always feel things. I could feel that things were not okay. I could feel that people were not happy. I could feel that my parents were always fighting. And it just made me feel so much worse in my own body, because no one would teach me how to handle my emotions, how to handle all these big feelings that I was having. And as time went on, as I got older, I also was very dismissed too because of my emotions. Or anytime I would share like these intuitive knowings that I had, people were just kind of like, what? You're crazy. Like, stop. My mom would dismiss me very often. Or I remember one time when we were kids, she yelled at my brother. He got in trouble. She yelled at him. I forgot for what. And then as soon as he left, I started crying. And she looked at me like, why are you crying? And I was like, because he's sad. I can feel it. He's sad. He doesn't like when you yell at him. It makes him feel bad about himself. And she looked at me like I was crazy, like I was an alien. And she was just like, just go play. Like, stop crying. Like, you're dramatic. Go away. That's kind of the energy that they gave me a lot of the times. And it's not here to shame my parents. It's just they didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know why I had such big feelings all the time. So again, as I got older and how I got dismissed all the time about my intuitive feelings and what I was getting and what I was sensing, like friends, family, everybody. I could sense things all the time. Like if my friend started dating someone new, without meeting them, I could feel like if they were a good match or not. I just knew. I'm like, that guy's not good for you. And they'd be like, you don't even know him. You haven't even met him. Like, I just feel it. He's not good for you. And then later on, I would be right. But eventually, I just stopped sharing it because, again, I would just get dismissed so much. And I learned to be very ashamed of how I was. I learned to hate that I was so sensitive. I learned that I was, at least I thought I was crazy. Like maybe I was making all this stuff up. Maybe I was making up what I was picking up on, what I was feeling. And I started kind of shutting down and becoming really numb and trying not to be the sensitive person that I was. And unfortunately, it caused me so much depression. It made me hate myself. It made me hate life. It made me feel like I didn't want to be alive. And every time I think about it, I get so emotional because I felt so broken around this time. It was a pretty much most of my life from like around 12, 13 years old, when you start becoming a teenager and having all these new emotions. I started feeling like I'm not happy, I'm not good enough, I'm not anything special. If anything, I suck. I have nothing to offer. And this led up into my 20s. Like I spent most of my life just not liking myself, thinking I was dramatic, hating that I was so sensitive, hating that I cried so much. I would cry all the time, literally all the time. And eventually I began to drink, and I would drink a lot because I thought I was having fun and living my best life. And that was my way of escaping. That's how I found some joy, even if it was fake joy, even if it was temporary joy. That's what I thought was fun. And I did it for many, many years. But of course, that only added to my depression. That only added to my sadness, to my loneliness, to everything. It made everything worse. And it wasn't until one day in my mid to like later 20s, I was like, I'm done being sad. Like, I'm tired of this. I can't do this anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't keep living like this. Like, I need to stop. I need to end this. And then that's when I kind of started getting into healing. Like, I started going to therapy. That was like my first thing. I was like, let me just go to therapy and see what happens. And it did help. At least I started opening up this gateway of expressing myself, to share my story. Somebody finally validating me, that was like really big for me, and just telling me like I'm not crazy was like, huge. And I did therapy for quite a few years, and then I started getting into like journaling and meditation, like slowly but surely. And all these things were kind of helping, but I still felt so chaotic. I still felt like my emotions would take over me, like they were these big monsters that I could not control, that I could not overcome. And it made me feel crazy. Honestly, it just made me feel like crazy person. And it just like, I can't live like this. I don't want to live like this. So again, the road keeps going. I'm still chaotic. I'm still all over the place. But I was trying really hard to continue my healing journey and just doing a lot of work on myself. And eventually I did learn how to meditate, and I watched a lot of videos about sitting with your emotions and what that felt like and what that looked like. So I would try it for myself, and it was very intense. It was like, oh my gosh, I was unleashing this box of emotions that I've been trying to hold on to or hold within me for so long. And I would cry and cry, and it was very intense to say the least, but that's what started me, like starting this journey of me feeling like better and allowing something bigger than me, higher than me, to kind of step in, for me to start believing in again. Because I did grow up Catholic, but the God that they teach you in church is just not for me. And that's no, I'm not trying to like bash religion. It just really wasn't for me. It was like, if God loves us, why would he be so angry at us? Or why would he make us feel so ashamed of ourselves? Like, why would we be scared of him? And that doesn't make sense. So I didn't have the best relationship with God until I created my own, until I found what God meant to me. And that was through my healing and all that stuff. Anyways, eventually I went to a psychic fair, and I was just there to take, there's a woman that could take pictures of your auras. So I went with my best friend. We were just interested in it. We were looking at all the crystals and everything. And then some lady randomly started talking to me, and we were just like, oh, hey, hi, how's it going? You know, yeah, just making small talk. And then she said something about like, how have you been feeling lately? And then I said, well, the energies right now, and it was like during COVID time. So I was like, the energies right now kind of crazy, you know, as an empath, and that's someone that can feel things very deeply. And I said, as an empath, I can feel it really strongly. So it's a lot for me. And she just went, and she like lit up, and I like looked at her surprised, and she's like, you are an empath. And I was like, what? And it just shocked me. I didn't expect her to say that. And I was like, okay, yeah, like, wow, I'm being seen right now. This is crazy. I don't even know this lady. And then she says, hey, I'm a psychic here, and like, I'm giving readings. Would you like me to give you one? And I was like, oh, yes, please. Like, that sounds so interesting. So yeah, we went into the back room, and she started giving me a reading, and she said, yeah, you're an extreme empath. That means you can connect to people's energy on the other side of the world as if they're right in front of you. Like, you're that powerful, you're that strong, and it's that easy for you. And I, for the first time in my life, felt so seen. I was like, yes, you get it. Finally, someone gets it. I'm not crazy. And it felt so good. It felt so validating. And she gave me, you know, she kept giving me a reading, just different things. I had some questions for her, and it was really cool. Anyway, she like gives me a piece of paper and she says, hey, go here. They will teach you how to do this with more intention, to be able to harness like this power, essentially, this gift that you have, be able to harness it better, to do it with more like more intention, so you don't feel like you're always getting bombarded by all these energies around you. And I was like, okay. And I looked it up, and it was a school that was teaching all about energy. Their program's called like the clairvoyant program, something like that. And I went there for about a year and a half worth of schooling. Like I learned so much, but when I was there, I felt so normal. Like for the first time in my life, I was like, this is where I belong. These are my people. They get it. This is what I've been doing my whole life. I didn't know there was a name for it. I didn't know that not everybody's in tune with it. I didn't know, like, it just, everything made so much sense and everything just clicked so well. And it was so cool and it was so beautiful. And I learned so much and I healed so much. And that is, how I got here. After doing those classes, I quickly started giving readings. And then I kept going because I was like, this comes so easily to me. It's so natural. It's just so fun. I enjoy it so much. I love helping people. I've always felt like I needed to help people. And I was already doing that. And then I started doing healings. And that also came very natural to me, very easy. I love doing it. And I just saw myself truly for the first time when I started doing readings and healings. Like I've never felt more like myself than in those moments. And everything just in my life made so much sense. And I was able to heal so much within myself with energy work. And now it's gotten me here. I could never imagine I would be here today, like now putting together a program and giving it to people and helping people learn how to read energy. Like I didn't see this coming. And I'm so proud of myself for being here because I've done so much work. Past me would have been like, no, thank you. I hate talking in front of people. I will never do this. Like, absolutely not. And not to see me doing this, I'm just like, who is this person? This is crazy. But I'm just happy to be here. And again, thank you everyone for listening to my story. I didn't expect to teach, to be honest. I've been a teacher for most of my life, but for kids in like schools, preschools, elementary school, which is like primary school. And I thought I was done teaching, but I guess life said, no, you're not. You're just going to teach in a different way. And I do believe that I've been a teacher in a past life, like multiple times. If you believe in the past lives, if you don't, like just ignore this part. But I do feel like I've been a healer and a teacher for many, many lives. It just feels like me. It really does. It feels so easy to me. So anyways, thank you all for listening. Again, thank you for being here. I will explain what my program is, and I hope that you resonate with it. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to do it. I just really do believe that learning about energy is, I hope, the future for humanity. Like, honestly, it changed my life. It really did. I didn't see healing even through therapy, even through journaling. Like journaling helps, but it wasn't until I learned how to work with energy that I was like, okay, this is a game changer. And I remember at the school that I went to, they told me only like 1 or 2% of humanity knows how to read energy, even though this is like a natural thing we can all do. We just forgot. Like as kids, you have these, how do I explain it? Like as kids, you're just more intuitive. You're just more connected to that. You are more connected to your instincts, to these feelings in your body. So babies, I think, are very in tune, whether we believe that there's much consciousness in there or not. But it's like babies know when there's stress in the house, the babies can feel that. When there's stress within the mom, they can feel it. Like they're very in tune. So I always like joke, and animals too, like dogs and cats, like they're very in tuned as well. So I always joke like, okay, if a baby likes you, that means you have good energy. If a dog wants to come sit with you or a cat wants to sit on your lap, that means you have good energy. Because I do believe that they're just way more in tune to this energy, spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it, than most of us are, because we just lack the awareness. We forgot how to be in tune with that. We forgot how to feel in our bodies, how to use our intuition. Like we just forgot. So I'm hoping that I can help people remember who they really are. So, oh, thanks, Bella. I just saw your comment. Oh, and I just have someone else joining. So now I'm going to start the PowerPoint. In a second, I will share my screen with all of you. I do ask that you save your questions to the end, or you can put it in the chat. I don't know if everyone can see, but there should be like a little dashboard at the bottom, and there's like a place where it says more with 3 dots. If you choose that, there should be a button for the chat. So for the ones that don't know. So you can put your question in the chat and I'll make sure to answer it towards the end. Okay? All right, everyone. Let me just give me a minute while I share my screen with all of you. Okay. I won't be able to see all of you at once because I need to, somebody else needs to come in. Okay. So like I mentioned, if you could just leave your questions in the chat and I will answer it. But before I get started, can someone put in the chat like, yes, I can see the screen. Like, can you see my presentation? It should say Intuitive Energy Mastery Program. Yes, we can see it. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, cool. Perfect. All righty. I will try to make this quick, not talk too much, but here we go. So welcome to Intuitive Energy Mastery Program presented by me. Thank you for being here. The program overview is, this is an 8-week program for part 1. So I have 3 parts, but this is mainly for part 1 is what I'm presenting, where we will meet once a week for 1-hour sessions each time. You will receive one-on-one guidance to awaken your intuition, to know your true essence, and to learn powerful energy tools to protect your energy, heal yourself, find your true power. You will also awaken your third eye, see energy in forms of colors, visuals, and feelings. By the end of part 1, you will be able to read your own energy. Part 2 and part 3 are to follow. Like I mentioned, these are 3 parts. I specifically designed it that way because there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of information to give. And it's not till part 3 till I teach you how to, like, you know, talk to your spirit guides or just higher vibrational beings, if you even aren't interested in that. Part 1 is all about you. And you'll see, I'll explain it in a minute, but it's all about you really knowing your energy, really feeling grounded in your space, really being able to see your own aura, just seeing your own chakras, all that good stuff. It's all about you so you can learn how to read your own energy first. I really feel like we got to start at the basics. We got to start at the bottom. The people that are like, let me go and open my third eye right away and go read Akashic records. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Like, you can just feel really off balance if you start from up and then try to move down. You can just feel all over the place, like you won't feel like yourself. So I start very much from the bottom, from the basics, and we work our way up. But I'll explain more as we go through. So we'll just start with some basics. What is energy? Everything in the universe is a form of energy. Energy of some kind vibrates at various frequencies. Lower frequencies are solid matter, for example, and the higher frequencies are what we call spirit. God/the universe, of course, is the highest of all, the purest and highest form of energy, the source of all. Spiritual energy is known by many names such as life force energy, chi, prana, and so much more. I just threw in all of the names, but essentially, like, God, again, is not religious. At least the way I see God is not the way maybe the Catholic religion would see it. You can call it the universe, you can call it supreme being, higher self, like whatever you want to believe in. It's just the energy where we all come from that's made of unconditional love, of the highest power, where all creation is made, all that good stuff. I do believe it. Not everyone wants to believe that that's energy exists, but I have felt it for myself, so I know it really is true. And I will help you connect with it so you know for sure that it is true. So let's just move. This is more of what is energy. Energy is all around us and inside of us. We as souls, our energy, our organs hold their own energy, and so do our emotions. Buildings, parties, jobs, animals, plants, and everything around you has its own energy or feel to it as well. Energy cannot be fully destroyed, only transmuted into a different energy. It's not limited by time and space. It has no limitations. So I like to give an example here. People are reading energy all the time. All of you, I'm sure, are reading energy without you realizing it, or maybe you do realize it. But for a good example that I love to give is when you meet someone new and instantly you're like, yes, I like you, or there's something weird about you. I need to stay away from you. That's you reading their energy. There's something that you can't put into words. It's not like they've really said anything. It's not like they've really done anything for you to really feel like, okay, I like this person. They seem great. Maybe they just say hi, hey, you guys exchange a few things, and then you're like, wow, you have great energy. I love you. We should hang out. Versus maybe somebody else you exchange a few words with, and then you're like, wait, there's something weird about you. And maybe you don't even have to exchange words for you to be like, I'm going to stay away from that person. Like, I don't trust that person. So that's an example of it. Also, like going to parties, I think it's pretty easy when you walk into a room and you're like, oh, this party feels weird. Like, people are talking and stuff, but I don't know if it really feels that fun. Versus other times you can walk in and they're like, wow, I can tell everybody's having fun. And yeah, sometimes people can say like, well, it's body language or facial expressions. And it's like, yeah, those two play a role, but you're not counting for that extra part. There's an extra sense to all this. There is that energy that a lot of people like to point out, but maybe don't know exactly what it is. It's like the energy just goes beyond the physical. It's beyond what can we truly like touch with our fingers or our hands or see with our physical eyes. It just goes beyond that. But it literally is everywhere. That's why when you go to nature, you just feel so calm and you feel so centered. It's like, yeah, because the energy of nature is that. It's calm, it's our home, it's where we belong. So that's why we feel so good. These are just little examples that I wanted to give. And it's what is intuition? Intuition is the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. It's that gut feeling you get when something feels off or something feels right. Our intuition goes beyond the physical and rational or logical thinking. It's always a sensation you feel within your body that may not always make sense, but it's always right. Our intuition is soft, subtle, and can only be accessed within ourselves. I know most people know what intuition is. I just really wanted to make it clear for everybody. And I think we can all agree, like you can sometimes sense something, you sense something is there or not there, or something's right or not right. But the biggest problem that everybody faces is that this thing right here, your mind gets in the way and it's trying to make sense of everything and it's trying to control everything. And it tries to talk you out because sometimes our intuition doesn't really make sense. Like, for example, my intuition told me to move to Vietnam. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a home. I just felt like I needed to come here. Why? I couldn't tell you. I just felt like I needed to go. And it worked out. It's been working out. It's been giving me so much. But my friends and family looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what do you mean? Why are you moving there? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I need to go. It feels like the adventure that I need. I don't know. It's going to help me grow somehow. And it didn't make any sense to them, but it made so much sense to me because in my body, it felt peaceful. It felt positive. It felt safe. And that's why I chose to follow it. And we all have this gift, this amazing tool, this compass within that's meant to tell us where to go in our lives, what to do, what job to take, who to work with, who to become friends with. Like we are meant to, sorry, let me just read. Okay. We are meant to have our intuition be the leader, to be the guide, to be the one to tell us turn left, turn right, go here, go there. The problem is our minds try to rationalize everything, make logic of everything, make sense of it all. And that's not how it works because then your mind's trying to talk you out of things. Our intuition can see beyond the physical. It sees things or feels things that we cannot yet comprehend. Our brains are very limited as to what they can do and see because our soul and our intuition has been around for so long. They're, part of the universe. There's something greater. Our minds were only created when we became part of this human world. So it's like the human part of us that is limited. Our intuition, our soul is far beyond anything here. So it knows way more. And a lot of people don't know how to listen to their intuition or just have been very disconnected from it. So they feel like their life's really chaotic and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. They don't know why they feel so crappy or so unhappy. And it's like, because you're not listening to yourself. You're ignoring everything in your body and your heart that's telling you what to do. And your brain is like, no, don't do that. You can't do that. No, people are not going to like you if you do that. People are not going to respect you if you do that. No. So you just go with what you think is the right idea. And that's where a lot of us go wrong. But let's just keep moving on. So what are the different ways to read energy and what are the psychic senses? So these pretty much go hand in hand. The 4 ways to read energy is either seeing it in our mind's eye, so seeing visuals, colors, or anything in here. It's like inside. I don't know how to explain it, but it's in here. It's in your mind's eye, that chakra that can see beyond the physical. Feelings and sensations in the bodies. This is the way I read energy the most, is I feel it in my body. It's like the best I can describe it as a sensation, and then I just figure out what that sensation means. Again, I've been able to do this since I was a kid, so I'm used to it. So I know, like, oh, this is anger. Oh, she's really stressed. Oh, he's not happy because XYZ. Like, I just know it because I'm just more in tune with it. But that's just my example. You can also hear messages in our minds. And there's also strong knowing of something to be true without any reason as to why. And then the 4 psychic senses, also known as the 4 clairs. So people that are like, oh, I'm psychic, like this is essentially what they're doing. They're just reading energy in different forms. So clair means clear. I think clair is French, but don't quote me on that. But all I know is that it means clear. So there's clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. There's clairsentience, which is clear feeling. There's clairaudience, which is clear hearing. And there's claircognizance, which is clear knowing. And I bet you that each one of you has one of these 4 already. Like, you already do it and you don't even realize it. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is way more natural to us than we realize it, because people have tried to talk you out of it, have tried to tell you, like, no, that's not real, or that's for kids. Don't do that. Don't do this. But most of us, I really do believe every single person has one form of this. Some people may do more than one, but usually there's at least one that stands out the most. And I'm sure you're already doing it. Again, you don't even realize that you're doing it. If you're someone that's very creative, very imaginative, if that's even the word, then you are probably clairvoyant. You can probably in here really visualize things, see colors, see images, see shapes of all its form. Not everyone can do that. Like for me, I can sometimes see when I close my eyes, I can kind of see things, but it's not as clear as me feeling the energy. I can really feel it. Other people I've met, they can see things so clearly in here, and it's really cool. So I also I can hear messages too sometimes, but the messages are very subtle. It's usually 1 or 2, 3 words. Like, the way you read energy is not like this human way. They talk to us like our spirit guides or any higher beings. They talk to us through like pictures or colors, visuals, or sometimes through very simple words. Like, it's like, don't do this. Or sometimes they talk in like metaphors, and you have to figure out, like, why are they showing me a man going up a mountain, carrying a big rock? Like, what does that symbolize? So it's up to us to just kind of learn how we read energy. And that's another thing. It's like, everybody's so different and everybody's so unique. So the way I do things, it might not be the way you do things. And that's totally okay. That's what's cool. It's like, we all have our own unique ways of doing everything. Okay, so let me just keep moving on. How will this program benefit you? Learning how to read energy can help you navigate life with a lot more ease and flow. It will help you understand yourself a lot better and be able to work with your emotions without being controlled by them. Being connected with your intuition will allow you to make decisions with more confidence and know what is right for you. This program will help you make more sense of the world inside of you and around you. Again, everything is energy. So once you learn how to read energy, you will understand where you fit versus where you don't, who you need to be friends with, where you need to work so you can live your happiest life. But it does all start from within. You really got to start doing the work within yourself to start removing the energy of doubt or fear or negativity or neglect, abandonment, whatever energy you're holding in. Emotions are energy, okay? And every situation you've gone through that has caused like a really big or intense emotion is stuck in you if you never truly processed it. Like, it is stuck in you. It is weighing you down. It is, lack of a better word, it is rotting inside of you. And the more you leave it there, the heavier it gets, the more it pulls you down, and the harder it is for you to find your own voice, for you to find who you really are. Sometimes we're even carrying the energy of our parents. So we start believing what our parents believe in, and it might not even be true to us. Like, let's say your parents believe that making money is really hard and there's never enough, and you're always working to just live paycheck to paycheck and everything's so difficult. You will start carrying that belief system, that energy inside of you, and you will start thinking that that's true to you, that money is hard to come by, that you always have to be poor and you always have to be paycheck to paycheck. It's not till you start removing that you can really ask yourself, wait, do I really believe that we live in that kind of world? Do I really not believe there's abundance everywhere? I don't know if some people are having trouble. Sorry, I had to stop. I don't know if people are getting kicked out of the chat. I hope not, or kicked out of the webinar. But yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, just knowing how to read these energies is just, it just helps. It makes everything so much easier. And you will find yourself more and more. You will find your true voice, your true power, your true essence, the more you can release all these lower vibrational energies that we keep stuck in our bodies. So let me just keep it moving. So who is this for? Literally everyone. I wish I could teach literally everybody how to do this. I think this is so beneficial and so transformative and just incredible, really, truly. So this is, anyone can learn this. I promise. I could teach anybody. I'm so confident in that. I know I can teach anybody, and I know I can get anybody by the end of part 1 to be able to read their own energy. I'm so confident in that. So anyways, it also helps healers, channelers, like psychics, tarot card readers, anything like that, that feel drained after working with clients. I feel that the ones that do, like all these people that want to help and do these readings and heal other people, the reason they feel so drained is because they're not properly grounding their energy. They're not properly protecting their energy, and they're just allowing other people's energy to enter their space, and then they're not cleaning it out. So then that energy stays with them. So if, let's say they were reading someone's energy and that person was really sad, just going through a lot, and that gets into your space and then you don't clean it out, well, then that sadness is going to become part of your sadness. That stress is going to become part of you. You know, that anger is going to become part of you. And it's very, very important to know how to clean it all out, to remove it, to get it out of your space and feel more like yourself, recharge yourself with universal energy to really get you going. This also helps highly sensitive people and empaths like me, the people that feel very deeply, that can just feel other people's feelings. This is for you. People who feel drained by others in big crowds, people who feel really tired all the time, people who feel drained by their job, people who are constantly stressed, people who are numb to their own feelings. That's a big one too. Health practitioners and facilitators that work with groups of people or one-on-one clients, and anyone interested in learning how to read energy of all forms, spirit guides, higher self, angels, etc. This, I'm telling you, this could help literally everybody, and I'm hoping that that's the future, that we all learn how to read energy. I think it would help us all be so much happier. Let's keep it going. So this is what you will learn in part 1. So this is the first 8 weeks that we would work together, okay? You will learn how to see your own energy and aura by awakening your third eye. So I have it in here. Most of it is me having you close your eyes and like start visualizing, like, okay, start seeing yourself, start seeing your aura. I walk you step by step. Right now it might not make sense, but when you're in there, it starts making so much more sense, trust me. But yeah, you're able to see your aura. You're able to see, is it really big? Is it really small? Let me see the color of it. Let me see what shape it's in. You get to see all that. How to properly ground your energy. This is super important so you can feel in your body, so you can feel part of Earth, so you can feel present, so you can feel here and now. Most of us are floating around and who knows where. I know I was for a long time. I never felt present. It was so hard for me. And now if I ever do feel spacey, I'm like, all right, I got to ground my energy. I got to get back down. And also, like, if you have had a lot of trauma in your life, then it's likely that you disassociated from yourself, or maybe in the spiritual community, they believe that our souls can leave our bodies, you know, or kind of be like floating a little bit like outside of our bodies, because, you know, our souls don't want to feel all that pain, or don't want to, like, just, it's just too much. So you learn to kind of separate. You learn how to kind of dissociate yourself and become numb, so you don't feel all that pain. But that could also make it really hard for you to feel present, to feel alive, to feel all the love, to feel like you're having fun, to feel like you can really take in everything that's going on around you, whether good or bad. It's just like you feel like you're not really here. So grounding your energy is extremely important. How to connect to the universal energy to get cleansed and recharged. Again, I take you up, we bring it down, we bring down this beautiful energy to help you feel really cleansed, feel recharged, feel alive, feel like a new person. I teach you how to protect your energy from other people. Pretty self-explanatory, but extremely important. How to cleanse your energetic space by removing negative, stagnant, or other people's energy. Very powerful as well. Just constantly moving things out of you that you don't need, either yours or other people's. It's like, I don't need this anger in here. I don't need the sadness in here. I don't need this stress. I don't need this anxiety in here. And I teach you how to be able to move that. How to call back your energy so you don't feel drained. This is huge too. This was such a big game changer for me when I finally learned how to call my energy back, because we leave our energy everywhere, whether we talk to somebody, whether someone's thinking about us, whether someone's talking about us, whether we go to work, to a grocery store, like it's almost like you leave pieces of you everywhere you go. In a sense, it's every time we talk to people, we're sharing energy. Like right now, I'm sharing my energy with all of you. So after this, I'm going to make sure to call all my energy back, to do all the cleansing, to do everything, so I can separate my energy from everybody. But it's just how it works, you know? So just knowing how to call yourself back will make you feel more whole, will make you feel more comfortable and safe and at peace, and just more here, more inside of you. It feels amazing. It really does. The next one is how to read your chakras for information about yourself and the energy you hold, plus how to clean them out. Very quick, for people that don't know, chakras are like energy wheels that we have from the base of our spine, and it goes all the way up to the top of our head. Each energy wheel, it represents something different. For example, the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, it represents like safety, security, your home, just feelings, just present in earth, or feeling present in your body. And each one does something different. And each one we can be carrying, you know, blockages or things that are affecting us or affecting our chakra from running how it should be, I guess I should say. So things can get in the way, just traumas, pain, sadness, things that happen throughout life. There's like no limitations of what you can be holding into your chakra. So it's important to constantly be cleaning them out. How to cut energetic cords to other people to have more of your own energy. This one's a huge one too. We for sure have energetic cords to our parents because they raised us. We were born like our mom. We were developing in our mom, so it's almost like you become part of your mom. So you have that cord to her. You have the cord to your dad because they just we're part of them. They're part of us. But then you can also have cords to exes. You can have cords to siblings. You can have cords to friends. Like they grow for different reasons. I don't want to get into it too much, but the point is when you have these cords to these people, it's like you're sharing energy. So what's theirs become yours and what's yours becomes theirs. And it's like if you're both in a lot of trauma, you're just like sharing trauma. It's like more than you already have or more pain than you already have. It's like you're taking on theirs. And then it makes it hard for you to really understand like who you are, what's yours, what isn't, because you're just sharing it with all these people. So again, I teach you how to cut those. It's very important so you can know yourself more. And then how to connect to your higher self to receive messages. I like to think your higher self is just like your soul. It's who you truly are without all of these human issues, without all the trauma and the sadness and the pain and without all that. It's like who you truly are at the core, you know, the powerful, beautiful one that's made of unconditional love. That's you, and you can receive all of the messages that you need. Like if you ever need any guidance of anything, you can ask like, hey, should I date this person? Should I go for this job? Should I move here? It's like they can always help you with whatever you need. It's like having your best friend, but it's you know. Okay, let me get going because I'm running out of time. I talk too much. So what will you learn in part 2? This is very quickly. If you do continue to part 2, you don't have to, but I'll just read them real quick. How to heal the mother wound and separate her from her energy. How to heal from the father wound, separate from his. How to heal parent-adult-child connection. How to heal the energy of your sympathetic nervous system. How to connect body, mind, and spirit as one. Most of us don't have that one. Our body and our mind and our spirit become like 3 separate things that aren't working together, and that's what causes a lot of problems. So that one's really awesome. How to deal with denser emotions such as shame, guilt, self-sabotage. I teach you how to heal all that, how to connect to your heart and do a heart healing activation, how to remove religion energy or other programming from your space, just removing whatever you think you believe in so you can actually start realizing for yourself what you truly believe in, and how to connect to the universe or God, whichever one you want to call it, to receive guidance, and then how to do a Christ force energy healing on self. That is not religious, that's just what it's called, and it's a very powerful healing that the first time I did it was mind-blowing. It made me feel so good. Like that was the first time I think I ever felt truly what unconditional love felt like, and it's an incredible feeling. So if you wanted to do part 2, that would be what we'd be learning. Okay, part 3 would be a longer series. Like it would be probably longer than 8 weeks because this is a lot. This is where you would be reading higher vibrational energies, and it's a lot. So I would have to really walk you through this. So it's like how to read your Akashic records, learn about your astral body and how to leave your body, how to visit the Cathedral of Souls, which is just like an astral plane where you can literally meet with any soul ever and learn new things or ask questions, whatever you want to do. How to connect to your healing master, also a very powerful one. How to connect with your spirit guides, what an analyzer is and how to turn it off to read energy without judgment, how to know the color of your own energy, what it feels like, how to properly connect to other people's energy, how to disconnect from people's energy. This would be more if you like want to get deeper into like reading energy, not just yours, but you want to start reading other people's energy or higher vibrational beings. Like this would be for you. So not everybody has to get to this point. It's more of a personal choice. Then it's how to turn your lower chakras down to receive more information clearly, how to practice reading someone else's energy, how to connect your soul with your body and do a healing on both. This is a little different than connecting the mind, body, and spirit. Again, I don't want to go into too much because I'm running out of time, but that's also very powerful. And then learn about lower vibrational entities and trickster energies. They do exist. You know, there are lower vibrational entities just like there are higher vibrational beings, and it's just good to know what's going on out there. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing's going to hurt you. It's not what you think it is, but it's still very powerful to learn. But again, these are all separate parts of a bigger course. So if you just want to do part 1, that's okay. You can just stop at part 1. Part 1 is still very powerful. It will help you so much. A lot of things from part 1 I still use to this day. Like I use it daily, I should say. Everything I teach you in part 1, I use every single day to ground myself, to cleanse my energy, to make sure that I am me. So when things come up, when I have big emotions, they're just mine. They're not other people's, they're mine. And before and after every session with clients, I do a lot of those cleansings and groundings and everything. Like I call it like energetic hygiene. Like it's something you need to be doing every single day, just like you brush your teeth, just like you shower. Like it needs to be done every single day so you can feel your best. Okay, so these are some testimonies again. I know I'm kind of running out of time, so I'm trying to do this pretty fast, but Lou is my longest student. We have been together for a long time. We still meet every single week to channel together. It's really cool. So Lou says, when I first met Christina, I had already undergone significant personal healing and had begun my journey as an energy healer. Despite this, I felt a lack of readiness and confidence in my abilities. Through Christina's course, I have developed a profound connection with my intuition and learned essential techniques for grounding and self-protection, areas in which I previously lacked sufficient understanding. Christina is not only an exceptional mentor and guide, but also a remarkable coach for cultivating a positive mindset and fostering intuitive self-awareness. I wholeheartedly recommend her course. With her support, I discovered newfound strength to explore the depths of my innate abilities. Additionally, I've successfully overcome deep-seated patterns of self-sabotage, providing me with clearer perspective on how to fulfill my aspirations of helping others to heal deep-rooted wounds. Very sweet. That's so nice. So this is another student. Bethany says, it's been such a wonderful journey working with Christina. My intention for our time together was to learn to trust my energetic gifts and learn how to leverage them, and our work far exceeded my expectations. One thing I love about Christina's approach is that it's personalized to where you are at, and there is space for you to shape approaches your own way, which was incredibly important for me. I've learned tools that have helped me in both my professional and personal life, and I've also gained so much more trust in my abilities. I don't say this lightly when I say Christina has made a huge impact on my journey. I'm extremely grateful to have been connected with her and would recommend her to anyone seeking guidance. I love that she pointed out that I do like meet you where you're at. So whatever you think you know about energy or you don't know about energy, like I'm going to work with you. I'm going to just guide you is the best way I can describe it. I am guiding you. I'm just kind of showing you the way, but you are welcome to explore, to see things the way you want to see them, to do it your way. Like my biggest thing is like, I want you to know how you read energy. I'm just kind of giving you some steps, giving you some guidance, but then you are free to just explore and to tell me like, oh, I don't see it like that. I see it like this, you know, things like that. So let me just check the chat real quick, make sure everything's okay. Okay. Yes. I will answer these later. Just making sure everything's okay. All right, let me keep it going. And then this is my newest student. We just started, but she wanted to share her testimony, which is, here is how I describe my session with Christina in simple words. Safe. She instantly makes you feel comfortable. That helps the heart-to-heart conversations. I love that she said that. I do. That is one thing I love trying. Like I do try to do that. I want people to feel safe and comfortable with me. Like share with me your fears, your insecurities, whatever you think is blocking you, whatever you think is stopping you. Like I'm here to help you. There's nothing I have not seen in myself that would scare me in you. Like I've seen the darkest parts of me. So when I meet other people's darkness, I'm like, that's okay. It's okay. You are still beautiful. You're still amazing. You still deserve love. So let's help you through it. Okay. So I love that she said that. 2, pace. She matches your pace, never rushes things, and at the same time encourages you to explore your own unique experience. The only right way with her session is your own way. Very true. It's your way. Okay. I'm just there to kind of guide you, but it's your way. Number 3, humor. Energy sessions can be fun too. You'll discover this with her, and it need not be quite boring or heavy. That's very true. I love to have fun. I think reading energy is super fun. Even if we're dealing with heavy stuff, it's like, it can still be fun. I know that sounds weird, but there's a way, okay? Let me keep going because I'm running out of time. So this is a quick summary. This is an 8-week one-on-one program where you will receive personalized guidance to learn how to read energy within you and around you. We can start as soon as July 1st. Picking a day and time that works for both of us. We meet once a week on Zoom for 1-hour sessions. So yes, we can start soon, very soon. We do meet once a week for 1 hour at a time. We meet on Zoom. I did that specifically because Zoom is just convenient. It's easy for everyone. You get to be in the privacy of your own home. You get to be comfortable. You're closing your eyes and you're going somewhere very deep, somewhere very new. So I need you to feel very comfortable. I always encourage everyone to wear headphones because when you're closing your eyes and you're just so deep in there, I'm right in your ear. You can hear my voice clearly. You can hear my guidance. We can talk back and forth. We are talking while you're closing your eyes. It may feel weird at first, but we're right here. We're together. We're doing it together, you know? So, and it just makes it easier, you know? No one has to worry about being in traffic or the rain or anything like that. And I can meet with people all over the world, which is also super cool. The next one, you will receive the recording after each class and session for you to keep forever. I do record each session that we have, so then you can have it and you can go back to it and re-listen to it whenever you need to, especially if you forget how to do something. I walk you through every step of the way so you never have to feel confused, lost, or alone. Again, I'm right there with you. Best friends, doing it together. It's all dedicated to you and how you learn. I give you the freedom to explore yourself without judgment, control, or interference. I only step in when I need to. I am guiding you the whole time. And yes, I am there helping you like move energy around if you can't, or removing any blockages that making it hard for you to really see your aura or things like that. I know this sounds kind of weird when I'm talking about it, but when you're in there, you'll see like, oh, I get what she means. This is one of those things like you have to experience it to know what I'm talking about. Words do not do it justice. Like this is such powerful work. It really is. And it's not until you're in it that you can really understand it for what it is. But the point is like, I am there with you, but I'm also allowing you to explore. Like look around. What do you see? What are the colors? What does it feel like? Do you hear anything? Like I'm guiding you every single step of the way. With each session and your own practice, you will for sure be reading your energy by the end of part 1. There's no way to fail. I guarantee that. You will be able to do this by yourself by the end of the 8 weeks, like at least to see your own body, your own energy, and what you're carrying. Like you will be able to. As long as you take this seriously, of course, and then you got to practice on your own too. It's like going to the gym or learning a new language. You got to be consistent. You got to work on it. I am also available through WhatsApp and Zalo throughout the program whenever you have any questions about what you're learning and what you're going through as it pertains to the curriculum. So again, you can contact me just like, hey, I'm having trouble with this, or this came up for me. What does this mean? And I can give you guidance the best that I can. I might not always answer right away, but I will answer within like 24 hours of you messaging me, and I will guide you the best as I can. And with, the knowledge that you have right now, like I will use that. I'll make it in a way that you can understand what is going on. By the end of the program, you will have more control over your energy, emotions, and yourself. You will not be the same after this. You will only get better. I really mean that. This changed me for sure, and I know it could change you. And I already seen my students. They've changed so much too. It's incredible. You're welcome to continue learning with me for part 2 and 3. If it feels right to you, you will get better, stronger, and more confident after completing each part. You can move on to part 2 and part 3, but you do not have to. Part 1 is already very, very strong. It's already very important, things that you need literally on the daily. I just feel like part 2, part 3 are super fun, just deeper work, just deeper healing, know yourself even better, know your energy, know who you are, and then you can start having more fun by channeling these higher vibrational beings. That's really, really cool. And then the last one, this is super fun work to learn and do. That's what I've been saying the whole time, but it's true. Okay, the last slide, the pricing. Okay, I do want to preface by saying this. This is probably the lowest I will ever have it. I can see how powerful this really is, how beneficial this really is, how much it really helps people and changes their lives. So this is probably the cheapest I will ever have it. I think I'll be raising my prices very soon, but for now, this is where I'm at. This is how I want to help people. So this is an 8-week one-on-one program. Each session, I put it in BND because that's where most of you are from. It's 1,250,000, and in USD is about $50 a session. The total price will be 10 million, and that's about 400 USD for the whole thing. I do payment plans. You can pay every 2 weeks. You can pay half at the beginning and then the other half like around halfway through. It's a first half before first session, the rest 4 weeks later. Or you can pay in full if you want to do that. And I can accept payments in multiple currencies through debit or credit card. I use Stripe, which is you can look it up. It's like a program or system. I don't know what to call it, but it's very useful. It's very secure. It's very safe. A lot of people use it for online payments. A lot of companies use it. It's very safe. If you have any questions about payments or anything like that, please reach out to me and we can work something out together. Okay. And sign up soon, okay? If you sign up by January 4th, which is a week from now, you will receive 1 free intuitive energy healing, which is 1.5 hours of deep transformative work. Normally, these are around 1.5 million a session, which is about 60 USD. And they are just very strong. I will help you remove whatever you want to remove or anything that it will get in the way of you learning all these new tools, and any doubts, any fears, anything that could be blocking you. We'll just remove all of that. And if there's something specific that you'd want me to help you heal, I will definitely do that for you. So if you sign up by July 4th, you will get this 1 free session. But you can sign up after the 4th. It's okay. Don't worry about it. If you say, oh, I don't want to do it right now, maybe in August, message me. We'll work it out. Okay. So that's it. I know. Yeah, it's 8, exactly 8. I went over because I love to talk, apparently. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, I'm back. If you need to leave, that's okay. I just thank you for being here. At least you got all the information. If you want to stay while I answer a few more questions, you're welcome to stay. But yeah, what was I going to say? You can sign up whenever. You don't have to sign up today. You don't have to sign up by next week. If you sign up later on in July or in August, like that's okay. As long as I have spaces open, then I will take on more students. But right now, I think I'll only take on a few. I don't want to take on too much because I want to make sure everybody gets my attention and that I don't burn myself out, because I do that sometimes. So I want to make sure I'm very present with each single one of my students. Now I'm going to check the chat and see what's been going on in there. You guys been chatty. I love it. Okay, yeah, cool. Bella, you said something, you said numbers question mark. So if you can just remind me what you were asking, I'll be happy to answer that. Can we cut cords with the people that are not alive, evil spirits? Ooh, that's a very good question. Yes, I would say yes and no. This topic can be a little bit more complex. I personally do believe, and I have seen in people when I do healings, that sometimes you may be hosting a lower vibrational being in your space, and it could be feeding off of your fear. It could be feeding off of your insecurities. It could be feeding off your chaos that you create. So it's almost like you're keeping it alive the more anger you have, or the more sadness you have, whatever it's feeding off of. I've seen it in people. You don't have to believe this part. It's okay. But I have, when I've done healings, I have seen that, like, okay, they have this, sometimes it looks like a monster. Sometimes it looks like this weird being with a weird face, and it's just dark and has weird energy. But yes, you can cut them out. You can. That would be more of a part 3 thing that I teach you. It wouldn't be for part 1, because that's pretty advanced stuff, and there's a lot more you have to learn until you can get to that point. So just know it is possible, and I can teach you how to do that if you were interested, but you would have to go part 1, part 2, and part 3. Just to make sure you have all the knowledge of yourself, you know who you are as an energy before you start kind of looking into just heavier stuff. Let's just call it that. All right. I hope that answered your question. Oh, Deb, yes. Good job, Deb. You answered. Oh, Jess, thank you. Yeah, it'll be, part 1 and part 2 is super fun. Part 3 is wild, but it's super cool, like in the coolest way. Okay. Oh, cool. Thanks, Monica. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, it doesn't seem like many people have that many questions. Does anybody want to add any questions? Did I answer everything pretty well? Does anybody have anything else they want to share? Are we good? No? Okay, well then I guess I didn't finish that late. If no one has any other questions, then we will wrap it up here. You are welcome.
I have one question, if it's okay.
Oh yeah, Deb, go for it.
So you mentioned about when you feel drained when you're around like other people. So I definitely feel that as I've gotten like higher vibrational now, I it's it's strong. I can clear my energy. Where I'm struggling is actually with technology and technological devices, phones, computers. Do you also address that?
I mean, I do feel like everything that I teach, at least in part 1, can help you in any area of your life. I do feel that a lot of it is, there's like so many parts to it, right? It is about like grounding your energy, about protecting it. And I can show you so many different ways to protect your energy before you start working on the computer, before you start going on these social medias. But it is also about knowing yourself well enough to know when you need to pull back. How much can you handle? Can you maybe only handle 30 minutes at a time, and then you have to pull back? So that's the cool thing about learning about energy, is that yes, you do become even more sensitive. So I know you're saying you're already sensitive to energy, but that's actually a positive thing instead of a negative thing, because you become more aware of like, okay, this is not benefiting me. Okay, this is hurting me. Okay, I need to step back from this. I need to clear my energy. I need to remove the energy of this technological device. Or maybe it's from all the people that you see on social media and everybody posting, like, there's energy in all these social medias. Everyone that posts a picture or a video, there's energies in that, and you can be taking that in. So now you know how to take it out as well. So I feel like it can
Yeah,
help you.
I've already done that like years ago. As far as like detoxing from social media and stuff like that. I mean, I never was really into it at all, but it's more about just anytime I'm behind the computer, I get energetically blocked now, which is weird because I used to be able to spend like, I could literally work for like 20 hours a day before on the computer, which
Yeah.
is not healthy hygiene, obviously, but I can't barely handle 20 minutes now.
Mm. Well, that could mean a lot of things, and I do encourage you to sit with that and see what it means for you, because it could just mean like, hey, you need to take a break for a long time. Maybe you just need to really to separate yourself for a little while and just understand why or why it's affecting you. There's a lot going on in the world in general, like energetically, a lot of moving of energies. Everyone's going through some kind of leveling up in a sense, like energetically. So it can feel a lot. It can feel like a lot. It can feel a lot on our bodies, on our minds. So it is suggested, like right now, like take it slow, be still as much as you can, be quiet as much as you can, stay away from social media as much as you can. And it's just about pouring more into yourself. So it could just be like you're just in tune with the energy of the collective, the energy of Earth. Like everything's just going through a big transmission right now. It's a big change. So it could just be mean that it's getting to you. But again, these tools, I use them all the time because of these reasons. I also can feel these things. I can feel like, oh, there's a lot going on. Oh, people are going crazy right now. All right, it's time for me to get centered within myself, to ground myself, to remove this energy that I'm feeling, to transmute it. Because that's another thing. When you're moving this energy out, it's like you're sending it back out to the universe to be transformed into unconditional love, or at least sending it to Earth so it can be more neutral energy. And then you pour this higher vibrational, this universal energy onto you that recharges you, replenishes you, that makes you feel like, I can breathe now. So these tools really will help in different ways. It's just, again, with everything going on, you have to stay on top of it. You have to constantly, it's like take a shower every day. Sometimes people take 2 showers a day, sometimes 3 showers a day. It's like you gotta stay on top of it. It's not something you just do one time or once a month and you're good. It's like, no, this takes work. It's a practice for sure.
Yeah, girl, that's been my like full-time job, to be honest. Is just like transmuting, clearing. So yeah, I
Yeah.
actually moved because of it. I needed to be in nature. So
That was a really good move. Yes, we all need so much nature right now. So take it all in for us, Deb. Send us all some of that energy towards us as well. But great question, Deb. I hope it answered you the best that I could. But I saw that people.
yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Saw some chats. Oh, thank you. Pretty. Appreciate it. Oh, okay. Okay, so I see one that says, speaking of this new Earth transition, are we feeling more negative because it's transmuting? I've been so cranky lately. That's so funny. I love the honesty, but thank you, Jess. And then, what was going on? Oh, okay, Isla also. You've seen your clients crying and releasing. Yes, yes, friends, you are. See, you're already in tune. Look at you. You don't even realize it, and you already are. Yes, there's a lot transforming. There's a lot going. Everyone keep holding on to your hats. Like it's still pretty wild, and it's probably gonna stay pretty wild. This is just me, the energy that I feel intuitively. I feels like it might be wild to the end of the year. Again, there is a lot going on. How do I explain this the best that I can? It's almost like all of our darkness, everybody's darkness is coming up to the light all at the same time. And some of us will choose to deal with it, and some people will choose not to, and will choose to just kind of live in the dark. I guess the best way I can describe it. For the ones that are like, I can feel it, I can sense it. It's like you are meant to help this world kind of transmute this energy to continue changing it into this new direction that I really do believe we're meant to go in. So if you are feeling it within yourself, allow it, show it love, say it's okay. It's okay that I feel cranky. It's okay that I'm crying a lot. It's okay that I'm feeling like I'm a crazy person running around. Like it's all okay. Just make sure you're drinking a lot of water when you're moving energy, and you'll see that if you end up working with me. Whenever we move a lot of energy, you are so thirsty. I don't know the exact reason for that, but every time I do a deep healing on myself or on a client, I need to drink so much water. But it's just because our body's made mainly of water. So it's like we got to flush it all out. We got to help our body, you know, get back into its normal rhythm or whatever the normal rhythm it is at that point. And also because the more you do energy healing or the more you just do healing and you start moving these energies, it's like you start releasing more of that heaviness, more of that darkness, so your body is able to hold on to more light. It's just like a higher vibrational energy that now is in your body, and your body needs a minute to catch up to this new energy. Like, oh, okay, I can be a little lighter now. I don't have to hold on to all this heaviness anymore. Okay, so it just needs to almost get like retaught, like, okay, there's something new going on here and I need a little time to catch up. Our bodies move a lot slow because things on earth move a lot slow. We're a lot slower. It's a lot more dense here. And the spiritual, energetic worlds, things move a lot faster. They're a lot lighter. It's happening. Change is happening, even if it doesn't feel like it. And that's part of the problem with all this is this: we want instant change. We want instant gratifications. Our egos, things here on earth happen so slow. We get so frustrated and we want everything to happen now. But things are happening already and they're moving fast. It just takes a little bit of time for things here on earth, these denser energies, to kind of play catch up, to be able to hold more light. But it's good. It's good. It's positive things, even if it feels like chaos out there, even if a lot of people are just dealing with a lot of fear and anger and insecurities. I always say things have to fall apart so new things can be rebuilt. So right now it feels like a big tower moment for the people that read tarot. It feels like that. It feels like a giant tower moment. I feel like it's been happening since COVID happened. I feel like it's just been a big, let's tumble down, let's break everything, let's just bring all of the shadows to the light. Let's bring it, everything we've been hiding from, let's bring it up so we can heal it, so we can all see the truth and hopefully choose to live in a more conscious, more aware world. Honestly, it's like we can't keep playing dumb, guys. We can't keep pretending like everything's cool and everything's okay, because it's not. And we've been knowing for a long time. So I think it's just time for us to trust ourselves, trust our abilities, trust our intuition, awaken these. I don't love using the word psychic because it always makes it sound so woo-woo and weird, but we all do have these natural abilities, this sixth sense, if you want to. It's like it's there, and it's trying to fully awaken it and to trust it, to trust yourself, to trust what you're feeling, to trust what you are experiencing. Just because other people can't see it doesn't make it fake. And that's the biggest thing that I want you to take away from working with me. It's like, just because other people can't see it, but you can feel it, or you can see it in here, or you can hear it, or you just know, like without any reasoning, you just feel it so strongly in your body. It's like, I want you to trust that, because people don't need to trust you. You need to trust you. You don't need to wait for other people's permission. You need to give yourself permission. That is the biggest thing. And I'm here to help you with all of that. Okay. If you want my help, of course, you don't have to, but I'm here and I'm ready. I really am. I worked so hard on myself to be here, and I am ready to help other people. I really am. I'm so passionate about this. Get emotional when I talk about it, but I am ready. So if you want to be my student, I am more than happy to take you on. Let me just make sure they're okay. Oh, bye. Bye, Isla. Thank you for coming and staying a little bit longer. Let me see. Okay, Jess, let's see. Oh, I love Deb. There's no destination, it's a journey. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Deb. There is really no, I don't want to say there's like a full sure endpoint, because like with healing, it's not like you're done healing. And I know that sounds like, oh, what do you mean? I'm doing this my whole life. But it's just, how do I explain this? I feel like we're in the thick of it for right now, as far as this like intensity and this all this darkness coming up. I do feel like in 2025 it will feel lighter, is the best way I can describe it. But of course, I'm not saying that as a fact, because everyone is also on their own individual journey. So it's not like I can say, hey, this is an umbrella for everybody. This is how everybody's journey in life is going to feel like. Everybody's different. You will have times of highs and times of lows. Like it just goes up and down. But as far as this collective energy, I feel like we're in the thick of it right now. And I do feel like 2025 will feels lighter, feels a little bit brighter. So I hope that answers your question. I can't say for sure, but that's just what I feel. Anybody else? Peter, I'm not sure what you meant by that. What do you mean deadline? You're okay. Right, Peter, you're gonna be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. You got this. Anybody else? Here you go. Oh, Deb coming in. Look at her. Yeah, that's true. Time doesn't exist.
So for anyone who thinks that they have a deadline, I don't know if you can see my face, but I'm 40, almost 42. And most people think that I'm anywhere between 21 to 31. So, it's
Sure.
you have more time than you think that you do. Like I feel like I'm 17 sometimes. So
Is that? Yes,
don't think there's a deadline.
yes. I love that you said that. That's true. Wasn't sure what people mean by deadline, but there is no deadline, friends. There's no like it's too late for me. I'm too old. I can't do this. No. Like if an 80-year-old wanted to learn how to do this, I'd be like, let's go. I'm teaching you. Like it's never too late.
Yeah, for real.
Seriously. And no, it's true. Like the a lot of that is programming. You thinking that there's a deadline, you thinking that there's a finish line, you thinking that I have to have X, Y, and Z by the time I'm this age. That's all programming that this society and people that we've all agreed to, but it's also fake. And it's interesting that you all brought that up because I was doing a meditation, I don't know which day, but recently, and that was one of my messages. It's like you're rushing for nothing. You're rushing towards a finish line that doesn't exist. You think that when you get to this place that you will then be happy. Oh, when you have this amount of money, when you have this amount of friends, when you have this house, then you'll be happy. Then you made it. And it's like, that's all fake. Your ego, human mind creates all of this. And it's what's keeping you stuck. It's what's keeping you heavy. It's what's keeping you sad because you can't just enjoy where you're at right now and to see how much you've actually accomplished right now, to see how strong you really are right now, to see how incredible you really are right now. It's stopping you from enjoying yourself right now. So maybe that was something some of you needed to hear, but I know I needed to hear it because sometimes I put pressure on myself too of like, I need to get this done. I need to do this. I need to do that. Oh my God, I'm 33. I need to do blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's all so fake. Age is only a number. It really is about how you feel on the inside, how your heart feels, how your energy feels, and how you feel about life. So don't put so much pressure on yourself, friends. And this is from someone that puts a lot of pressure on herself. So I hear you. I'm with you. You're not alone. Someone asked, can I cure my social media and electronic addiction? That would take work, but yes, you can. We would have to look into the energy of that. Like, what is this addiction? Where did it come from? When did it get created? Where in your body do you hold it? Is it tied to a memory? Is it tied to your past? Like, yes, you can heal this. It's going to take work. And I can teach you, but of course, this is more of a level 2, maybe level 3 thing that I would teach, but definitely we can look into that. It is, everything really is energy, friends, even addictions. And it's like, what is in me that's causing this? Maybe you do have a low vibrational entity in there that gets life from your addictions. Maybe you keep it alive through that. So it's pushing you to continue being on social media and being so reliant on these things. Like everything has a reason. There's always a deeper energetic reason for everything that you have going on in your life. And it's, again, and this what came up is knowing to read your own Akashic records. Like it's also Akashic records is just like the history of your soul, like multiple lives, this lifetime, everything. You get to have all the information. And maybe you get to ask, okay, why do I have this addiction? Where did it come from? Is it karma? Is it something I meant to learn from this? How do I clear it? Like you get to ask all these questions. And that's why reading energy can be so much fun because it can get wild up in there. I know this all sounds crazy too, friends. if you think are like, wait, what is this even real? Like, yes. Once I take you in, I take you to all these places and I'm able to help you, you'll see like it is real and more people just need to know about it. So, all right. Ooh, okay, Dad, look at you come through. It's not an addiction, it's a distraction. Distraction. Okay, girl, I see you. Thank you for adding all your commentary. I appreciate it. Okay, friends, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I appreciate you all so much for showing up. I hope that I made it very clear about what my program is and what it has to offer. I am so ready to get started whenever you are. If you are interested, please message me on whatever you can, wherever you can find me, whether it's Facebook or if you have my Zayla or WhatsApp, like, or Facebook Messenger, like wherever, just message me and we will figure out a time and date that works for both of us to start working as soon as you can. But for now, again, thank you so, so much, everyone, for being here. This has been so cool, so amazing, so beautiful. And I appreciate all of you for just spending your time with me and just listening to what I had to offer. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. I hope everyone has a beautiful night, have a beautiful week. And if you want to get the replay for whatever reason, just to listen back to everything or share it with a friend, please let me know. I'll be able to send it to you through, I think, your email. So just message me with your email. Let me know you want the replay. All right. Well, thank you once again, everyone. Have a beautiful night. I will hopefully hear from you soon. Okay. Bye, everyone. Oh, thank you, Deb. Thank you for
I
coming.
have a like a quick level 3 question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
And this is like more like, friend personal, if that's all right. Have you ever experienced any pain when connecting with astral beings?
Mm, I was gonna say, should I record this? I guess I don't care if people know. Have I ever experienced
Maybe,
pain with
yeah, like physical pain.
Okay, so normally, well, okay, I'll answer this two ways. So when I'm purposely like, okay, I'm connecting to a being, they're always very high vibrational. Like I only work with like the highest of vibrational beings. I don't really allow anything else in my space. With them,
Yeah,
never.
100%.
Yeah, with them, never. I've never experienced pain. They always fill me up with love and peace. That's all I've ever felt with them is love and peace. With lower vibrational entities that I have come across within myself and even with other people, honestly, I've never felt actually like physical pain. Maybe one time, but it wasn't even that bad because I'm just very quick at like, you gotta go. You gotta go. And I call in my team
Yeah.
of beings to come help me too. And I get it out pretty quickly. So I don't really ever, I've never really encountered like physical pain, to be honest.
Okay. Because I had an encounter like I call them encounters because you never know what's gonna happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Do you want me to stop
or at
recording?
least in my, yeah, that'd be
Yeah, yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah.